Have you tried everything imaginable? First, to overcome depression, bipolar disorder, or schizophrenia, and now you want to get off the meds that were meant to help, but are causing other, perhaps even worse issues? If so, then we know exactly what you're going through. There's nothing more soul-destroying than going from the shame of having to deal with mental health in the first place, only to get zombified by the very meds that you thought would help solve the problem. And then you end up feeling confused, perhaps overwhelmed, because it seems like the only solution to your problem is even more meds. But you know that that's just not true. Until recently, the only solution for managing your symptoms was to take even more medications and accept a life of losing the most precious thing in your life, yourself. However, the big problem with today's standard approaches is that you not only have to check your self-respect and sense of value at the door, but you have to pay for meds the rest of your life in dollars and dignity. On top of all that, most of the meds usually start to get less and less effective, with the only solution being to take more and more, meaning you lose even more self-respect, your passion for life, and a sense of who you really are and can be. That's why today we're honored to share with you a little about an alternative approach, one that is proven to work. It's a way to deal with your mental health that is also capable of helping you get your life back. Here at the Alternative to Med Center in magnificent Sedona, Arizona, we've been refining an alternative approach to mental health and drug and alcohol addiction for more than 9 years, helping more than 1,300 people reclaim their lives. As our name suggests, the Alternative to Med Center allows you to withdraw from medications, from alcohol and addiction by dealing with the underlying issues that most meds and symptom treatments never do. So you can really recover, get med-free, love your life, and get your real self back. Now, what makes us different to almost every other rehab center out there is that we deal with the real underlying causes for why you may suffer from addiction, depression, anxiety, lack of ambition, or difficulty with handling emotional pain in the first place. We acknowledge that prescription drugs do have a role in treatment. However, they do not address the underlying problems, and they carry side effects, making them far from ideal. They leave the underlying issues still unresolved. No wonder you feel frustrated or even at your wit's end. So let me show you exactly how we work on these issues and why more than 1,300 have reclaimed their lives. We have reason to believe that many mood disorders are the result of inadequate nutrition or the inability to metabolize proper nutrition because of a toxicity overload, mutated genes, or damaged enzymes. A balanced individual should be capable of handling even grave tragedies without those situations turning into a chronic mood disorder. So we not only address this balance with customized programs for nutrition and detoxification, but also with medication tapering, with counseling, exercise, supplementation, acupuncture, and yoga. Have you considered that recreational drug use and self-medicating may also be due to underlying metabolic problems as well as behavioral ones? We have, and we treat these. So we, first of all, provide residential treatment so you get careful, customized attention 24/7. Secondly, we discover and remove the neurotoxins that may be poisoning you. Third, we base our specific treatment on comprehensive lab testing. In other words, we treat you, not some generic patient, or even worse, just the symptoms. We help you with holistic therapies to augment your healing and neurotransmitter rehabilitation. We use orthomolecular medicine as the alternative to drug-based psychiatry. We also educate and counsel so you can adopt a healthier and happier lifestyle, informed by how and why. And of course, there is much, much more. Here's a story from one of the many who have not only dealt with the obvious symptoms they had, but have reclaimed their life. Well, I used street drugs for the better part of 18 years, mostly meth, but my real drug of choice was simply more. 2 years after I started using, at the age of 23, I began my 16-year spiral of psych medications. I have been diagnosed with everything from multiple personality to paranoid schizophrenic to sociopath to bipolar manic depressive, on an ultra-rapid cycle. What was worse is I'd been duped into believing that this was just my lot in life and the cards I'd been dealt with, and that I was in fact SMI, or severely mentally ill, and would have to be on these medications for the rest of my life. No, this did not inspire me to stop using drugs, and in fact kept me using because some days I couldn't even get out of bed due to being just so sedated. I'd let my life get into such a bad way that I had to make the choice of going to rehab or going to prison for 7 years. Fortunately for me, my family convinced me to choose rehab. When I first arrived at ATMC, even though I had been sober and med-free for close to 5 weeks, I was still going through severe psychiatric medication withdrawal. I had been on Abilify for mood stabilization, lithium as well, Haldol to prevent my severe night terrors that I had had since I was very young, and also risperidol for some reason I cannot remember. In addition to all of these antipsychotic medications, I was also on cogentin and benzotropine to help combat all the side effects like tardive dyskinesia from these medications. I was also withdrawing from high doses of Xanax and Klonopin, as well as Paxil, Wellbutrin, and Trazodone. Needless to say, when I arrived at ATMC, I was not a happy camper. In fact, I'm fairly certain that the staff was scared to death of me as I projected the energy of a cornered pit bull. But once I acclimated and embraced all that ATMC had to offer, I really began to see this place and its wondrous opportunities that it had for me to take advantage of. And so I did. I jumped headlong into my program that was court-ordered to be 6 months, and my daily mantra became, I'm in it to win it. My most important and valuable lesson was learning that I am worthy and to love myself. I love that not only did they help me get off all the said medications, but they educated me on just exactly what those medications actually do to the human body and how they work. And how all of this can be remedied with orthomolecular medicine and amino acid therapies. Of course, 2 hours a day in the sauna wasn't awesome in the beginning, but I soon came to love it as well, along with the countless groups and activities that are proven to have fueled my recovery. Oh, and did I mention that the nutritional aspect of this program was a godsend? I am now soon approaching my 3-year clean and sober date, as well as 3 years completely med-free. This is something that I never ever thought would be possible in my life. Every day that I wake up now, I'm truly grateful and blessed for having been given the opportunity such as this. ATMC not only gave me my life back, it gave me back. Carrie K. So, by now you're probably curious as to how much it will cost to go to the Alternative to Meds Center. And that's a fair question. Given that you would be living there, getting lab tests, education, provided organic healthy meals every day, getting daily spa treatments to help remove toxins from your system, and working on developing a healthy lifestyle to support a new you. We do all this and more because we believe in providing a way to get your life back so you can sustain your own health going forward. This is an investment in yourself that pays off for the rest of your life. We already provide precisely the kind and level of service needed for you to be successful. Each person is unique, requiring different support and lengths of treatment. So we do have general pricing that can be found on our website, www.alternativetomeds.com. We also know this approach may not be right for everybody right now, while for others, this may well be their very last chance, and it needs to be taken now. So to ensure that you and we are a good match for one another, we invite you to sign up for a free consultation. During the consultation, we also look at financing options if they are needed. So when you are ready to break free from the prison of your meds or your current untenable circumstances or addictions, just click the free consultation link that you'll see below so we can set up a time to talk and to get you started getting your life back. Of course, you can rest easy knowing that we are endorsed by the Better Business Bureau, by the American government's Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, and we are also verified by Psychology Today, to say nothing of the many, many endorsements by those who have spent time with us. Don't you think you've been struggling for long enough? What would you do if the missing link you've been searching for finally turns up. Turning your dreams into reality just might be as simple as a click or a phone call away. Dare to picture again, right now, the moment you achieve your most important life goals. You'll be looking fit and healthy, you've got your life back, and now you're doing things you hardly dare dream are really possible. And imagine you're surrounded by the love of your family and friends. Go ahead and click the free consultation button or link below this video, and let's get you started today.